Meet my brand new friend, the eGlass Lightboard. You're gonna love this. Hi everyone, my name is EdTchoi. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing in my channel. I talk about everything to do with the office, and today I have this amazing tool called the Lightboard. So first, let's cover off what a Lightboard is. A Lightboard is a glass whiteboard that uses optically clear piece of glass, and it usually has an integrated camera and a microphone that allows you to record your whiteboard presentations. And also, because the camera is connected to your computer via USB cable, it allows you to connect to Zoom calls and other online meeting platforms like Teams, and allows you to collaborate in real time. So one of the first things that you'll notice of this eGlass unit is, of course, it's made out of glass, but this is not just any ordinary glass. This is a 6mm tempered glass that's optically clear. What does that all mean? Well, first off, optically clear because there's a camera behind here and the camera needs to see through the glass. That's very important. The second thing is it's 6mm tempered glass, and what that means is that it's super resistant and very, very strong. So let's see how well this withstands my punch. Now my knuckles hurt, the glass is still intact. I just want to show you that it's super, super durable. The other thing, of course, that you'll notice is that there's this beautiful ring light that is integrated into the eGlass unit, which I really appreciate because it's very important when you're filming videos, especially, that the subject is well lit. So in order to control it, there is instructor lights here that you can turn the knob so you can control the intensity. And there's actually a physical switch here to illuminate the bottom section of the eGlass unit. Now, I found during my testing that these three lights were more than sufficient. In fact, it did a great job illuminating myself when I was doing the video, so I was really happy with that. But depending on your scenario, you might want to have the bottom light lit up as well. The second thing that you'll notice is that there's a knob right next to the instructor lights called the glass lights. Now, the glass light, what that does, it infuses this blue light into the eGlass unit, and that is what helps the neon markers over here to illuminate and to pop when you're doing your presentations. So one of the things that I really like about this eGlass unit is that it has an integrated microphone. Now I'm going to switch over to the audio from the microphone. And now what you're listening to is the audio coming from the actual microphone from the eGlass unit. As you can hear, it sounds very clear. And for your online calls, your Zoom calls, or your Teams calls, I think this microphone is sufficient. So in addition to this control panel over here, you can see there's a USB cable on the side that's actually connected to my laptop. The laptop is typically placed right next to the camera, which is right in front of my eGlass unit. And using the Fusion software, you can actually record your presentations or your whiteboarding presentations directly onto your computer. Or if you're using a Zoom call, what you can do is use the eGlass camera and connect to that camera, so when you're using your Zoom calls, you can use this eGlass whiteboard. Now, of course, it has an integrated 1080p camera that's actually integrated into the unit. It is on a boom arm right in front of me, and the quality is great. So let me switch over to the eGlass camera just so you can see what the camera's like, and we can dive a little bit deeper into this eGlass unit. All right, now we're back on the eGlass's camera. Again, this is a full HD camera, which looks beautiful. And I just want to show you the quality of that ink. It does a fantastic job. So these, again, are the Quartet neon markers that I'm using. And it's really important, I think, to use the neon markers. If you didn't use the neon markers, the writing really just wouldn't pop. And just to show you how important that glass light is, I'm going to turn it right off. And you can see it's hardly visible. And now I'm going to infuse the eGlass with the glass light, and you can see that it makes a huge difference. This is the instructor light, so depending on what you're looking for, it can go totally dark, and we can just do the eGlass writing, which I think looks pretty neat. And of course, what we can do is we do our fine adjustments to get to that sweet spot, and I think I like it right about here. One of the things that you'll notice too is I do like using the background just because the writing I find pops a lot better. Having said that, you can use whatever color background. I just would suggest using a solid background so you can see the writing and it doesn't look too confusing. Now that we know what the eGlass is, let's talk about the applications. Off the top of my head, I can think of 3 great applications. The first one is in education. Now in classrooms, I still see a lot of whiteboards, and I love whiteboards myself. The only challenge with using a whiteboard is that you do have your back turned to the audience while you're writing on the whiteboard. With eGlass, because it uses the transparent glass, I can have this facing the classroom so I can maintain my engagement in the classroom and do all my writing on the eGlass whiteboard. And of course, the students would be seeing all the written content and yourself, of course, on the large screen display that's usually in the classroom. Now, the second application is online meetings. Just do short form here, online meetings. This is a fantastic one. When I'm doing online meetings, sometimes it's really nice just to visualize a concept, or if I'm drawing little diagrams or org charts, it is nice to be able just to do this and show somebody what you're thinking rather than just describing it. And because you don't have to learn different software, as I mentioned before, just using a whiteboard marker, I find it makes online meetings way more interesting and a lot more engaging. Now, the third application that I see is for tutorials. So there's tons of online instructional material, and a lot of those instructional materials incorporate some sort of PowerPoint presentation and a presenter. But something like this, something with an eGlass, I think has a big wow factor that really helps you engage with your audience. So for example, if I'm teaching an art class and I want to teach students how to draw a cube, for example, it's a lot easier for me to just draw the cube, maintain eye contact with my audience, and talk through that process of how to draw a cube. So the beauty of using eGlass for online instructionals is that you can really actually interact with the elements that you're drawing or talking about, so it becomes a lot more engaging for your audience. So there's a few tips and tricks for eGlass. First off, it's really good to place your laptop in front of the camera, so when I'm talking to the camera, that I can see myself on the laptop. So the laptop just acts as like a confidence monitor. We went over the black background or solid background. That's very important. The third is more on the physical maintenance side. So after a few uses, you may notice that maybe all the ink is not coming off on your cloth and there's a little bit of residue left behind. Now, of course, if you're a regular on my channel, you know that iCloth is my sponsor, and they make amazing technology cleaning wipes, and they use a high quality aerospace approved material for their cloth, and this is their extra large 9-inch by 12-inch cloth. Now, what I love about using this iCloth on eGlass is that it's pre-saturated with 70% isopropyl alcohol, which allows you to clean the eGlass. And the important part of it being pre-saturated is that you don't want to use a spray solution to clean your whiteboard. So although it is glass and you can probably use some sort of glass cleaner, I probably would avoid it because this is made out of an optically clear glass, which is very sensitive. And the second thing is that if you do use a spray cleaner, there's a microphone here, there's other control knobs. You definitely don't want to get any moisture in there because that'll cause damage. So using a pre-saturated wipe like this extra large wipe from iCloth will just make your life a lot better, and it'll minimize the risk of getting any excess moisture in that control panel. So there you have it. This is the eGlass Lightboard. I'd love to hear what you think. Leave a comment for me down below. And of course, if you like this video, feel free to share this with your friends, family, and coworkers. And by now, if you haven't done so already, what are you waiting for? Make sure you subscribe to my channel and tap on that bell so you can be notified of my video uploads. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.